Hey, it's your boy PJF, and today I want to talk about the whole career, the whole thing behind my music and how everything came to this point. I'm not big, it's quite the opposite. My listeners, if they could be in minus, they would. Currently, I have 5 listeners or something like that. So I want to tell the whole story behind this and just want to let you guys know why I even started to make music. And the most important part, what do I want to say? What do I want to tell you guys with my music? Why do I even make this kind of songs, this kind of tracks? Because over the years, my style constantly changed. I constantly tried to experiment with new genres and stuff like that. So it never was one genre I was moving in, I think. But let's start. So when I was in my first school, I had a group of friends and we just talked about recent rap, and we came to a point, I think, when we decided to just make an own track. We wanted to be part of the whole rap thing. It was cool to be a gangster and stuff like that and do dumb shit, and I was the one, I think I started to write down some trash basic ass lyrics. It was nothing special, stuff like dumb rhymes, and I did that shit over and over again. And the day came when I had to leave the school because of some unnecessary shit, stuff that wouldn't get you expelled in other schools, but no judgment here. And when I came home, the first thing I did, I bought my first mic, I bought my first interface. I think it was the most basic Rode mic you could possibly imagine. And the Zoom F6, which I'm recording the video with right now. So nothing too special. The Zoom F6, for the people that don't know, it's a multi-track recorder, so it's mobile. It's also used in video productions. That's why I bought it, because I didn't start by just simply creating and recording music. I always wanted to also make the music videos. It was kind of random, it had nothing to do with my music thing, because that came later. I was always really interested in audio shit, doing video shit, photography. So it basically was the best start you could imagine. So I had basic knowledge. I knew how to cut videos in Premiere Pro. I was used to all the Adobe programs like After Effects and Premiere Pro and Photoshop. So I had the basic tools to make something out of it. And I knew I'm not someone that just wanted to record something out of context. I knew I had the tools to make something bigger. I wanted to create something bigger, and I wanted to create a whole world. Not just stupid, lame ass rhyme rap songs, because you're just a tiny little fish in the sea with big sharks that already made it. So I knew I had to be special. I knew I had to do something different than the others to really stand out. So I had a friend, he was in my school at that time, and we got into a conversation. I think I showed him some songs from me, and he was like, oh, okay, cool, where do you do it? Do you go to a studio or something like that? I said, no, I do it in my own home studio. And he was basically like, okay, I want to do that too. I can sing, he can actually sing. So we met and he came to my studio, and then we basically just recorded his lines and my lines. So we did a lot of songs together at that time. We released a whole album called Lost Files. Back in, I think it was 2022 or 2023, I'm not quite sure, whatever. And it was made with passion. So we had a couple breakups at that time. So we kind of tried to process all of that in our music. And I think we've done pretty well. That was basically the start when my first artist name, my first artist image was invented. And back then I called myself Fisty, and a couple months later I renamed my whole name just by adding 3 numbers to it, and it was basically Fisty607. We started in English. We tried to do it in German because we thought, man, well, that's our mother language, so we should get the best possible results out of German songs. I think we were wrong, because when it came to singing, to really giving those words, giving those lines a real meaning to it, like when we scream and stuff like that, or we sang in a deep voice, I think it was better in English, so we changed back to English. And then there was like a big break because some things went different ways in our lives. We got into different sort of friend groups, so it kind of separated us from making music together. And one day I think I called him and I was like, yeah bro, what's up? What you doing right now? Nothing. Want to record music? Like, we talked a little about other stuff, like daily stuff, how life goes, and he was like, fuck yeah, let's do it. And so he came over. While we didn't have contact, like we didn't text each other, we didn't call each other, nothing, I went into like a deep phase of depressions and addiction, and I became like a fucked up addict. I drank every day plenty of beers and a couple bottles of wine or whiskey or whatever, just some stuff that could possibly get me fucked up. I remember I was only able to record music when I was drunk, when I was fucked up. When other people stopped drinking and went to bed, that was my time at night to start recording, because I knew it was the best time where I could get the best possible vibes in my music, the best possible lyrics. There was an album, Self-Portrait by PJF. It wasn't basically to announce my new image, because YPJF was originally meant to be like a really crazy dude, like someone who's used to a lot of violence in his life and doing a lot of drugs. I had to get my feelings. I felt so fucking bad, like I had so bad depressions and other issues with myself, and I felt so lonely, so those feelings were so intense. I had to create something, a character out of it, in order to make the lyrics sound authentic. So I created a character that would do those things, some sort of expression of myself in the worst possible way ever. And the day came, I realized if I don't quit, I'll be dead. So I had to fight my demons and like face them, and I was like, okay, fuck that, I gotta get sober, I gotta get clean, and I should still be able to make good music without the drinking and the drugs and whatever. So I made the decision to go to rehab. I went to rehab for like 4 to 5 weeks, something like that. It was intense. Like, I had a lot of anxiety, I was really depressed, I felt lonely, I felt like demotivated, and they gave me benzos, oxazepam, I don't know how it's called in English. When I first took them, I talked to the doctor and I was like, are you sure this is gonna help me? Are you sure I don't die because I stopped breathing, some stuff like that? Because I'm really scared of pills, because compared to alcohol, I mean, I don't know if there's really a difference, but I think when it comes to overdosing, it's basically like you drank, I don't know, 9-10 beers and you realize, okay, I'm fucked up, my vision's blurry as fuck, I'm feeling really sick, I want to puke. You can basically just say, okay, I stopped drinking, I'm gonna go to the toilet and I puke, and that's it. But if you swallow like too many pills, that's where my anxiety came from, you'll basically just die because it's too late. They could like get it out of your stomach, but it could be too late for that. So the first time they gave me benzos, I took like a half pill or something like that, and I started shaking because of withdrawals and stuff like that. After a half hour, something like that, I started to feel like inner peace. I was like really chill, and I was like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I could only see things right in front of me, like the things I see and I do right now, but not the things that like a normal human average brain would see on the sides and stuff like that. I would only see right in front of me. I like those pills a bit too much, and that's when the doctors decided to stop giving me them, and then they switched to promethazine because it doesn't get you an addiction. Like, it could theoretically fuck your brain. Yeah. while I was in rehab, I started to have like a normal life again. I started to do sports. I went jogging. I went outside. I did some stuff. I didn't wake up with a big headache. It was just awesome. And I remembered, okay, you could have a normal life without all this alcohol, without the drugs. And after 4 to 5 weeks, I was like, okay, that's enough. I think I feel ready to go back to my home to do my stuff. Until this day, I get promethazine on prescription in case I want to drink, because I made the song sci-fi shit, and I said shawty's like promethazine, and in Roll the Dice, my first single after rehab, where I like reflected the things I did while being drunk and after rehab and after I kind of got my shit together. I said I predicted that promethazine will be the only cure, and it's kind of sick though. I don't know why I'm telling you guys that, but it was like a really random prediction I made just for fun, and now it became the truth, but whatever. So I'm sober right now, except like the tire prit I get. I don't drink, I don't smoke weed, I don't do other stuff. So yeah, that's basically it. I don't know if I'm just tripping, but I'm really concerned about how quitting the alcohol affected my way of making good music, because when I first came home from rehab, I didn't want to make music at first because I felt like really demotivated. So as I already told you guys, I made the album, like my second album, Songs from an Addict, and I thought like a good before and after comparison could be like Songs from a Recovered, just to see and express how things actually changed. Look on my Instagram to see updates for Songs from Recovered. By the way, it's gonna be a big project, I can tell you that, because yeah, it really means a lot to me. So stay tuned. I hope you liked the video. I hope I could like make some things clear. That's basically the story of how I became an addict and how I quit.